Hello, this is Dr. Yum. We are going to do weighted suitability analysis tonight. So as you can see here, you have this is example. You have the city of Cleveland block, and then if I open the attribute table, I can see here, so my one is gentrification. So I tried to find out the gentrified the blocks in 2017. So here you can see I can make the changes between 2016 and 17, young population, low income, high income, and jobs, and white and high education between 16 and 17. So we can see like the all changes. The minus means a decrease, then plus means an increase, as you know. Also here, this is just like the simple raw data of the 2017. The young, low, and high jobs, and white and high education, and total jobs of the 2017. All these things are persons, right? It counted person. So if you look at here, we usually do make like the model builder and then feature to class, and then if I open it, then you can see like this. You select low and then save it to your geodatabase, and then you can use default. Then everyone know this, and then I make like this. Then that is existing in here like this, and then I reclassify them if I open it. So I made like the here this is like the quantile and 3 classes, and click OK, and something like this. Then you can see like here the 3 is a high, 1 is low. This is like the somewhat. Okay, so you can classify through like the quantile, 3 classes, 4 classes, depending upon how you decide it. But I made like the 3, so it's not fixed. You can change like the 3 or 4 and 5 classes. Okay, but I just make the 3 classes here. Then here, then I reclassify them everything here, and then this is the result of the reclassifying. After that, usually we used, if you go here overlay, and then if I click the overlay, then I click here input feature, go to assignment, reclassify. I use this and add, and click OK. Then one is here, right? Then I'm going to add another one. Maybe this one. Let me add everything. And I'm going to add another one. 3. And OK. And we add jobs. And I add high, and another one will be high education. Then click OK. So at this moment, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the indicator, right? So equal is 100, right? So we're gonna do here. So we do here, this is like the, maybe this is 20%, and this is like the 20%. This is 20%. Now it is 60% so far. But we got here, this is the 20% and 80% so far. Then I will say this is 10% and 10%, right? Then it makes like the 100, right? So then we can just, and then we can save these things, and then we can run it. The problem is over the weighted overlay is you cannot make like the 10.5 something like this. It does not work that way. So it can only use like the even number, right? Even we cannot say like the assigning weight. We cannot assigning weight like the 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 10%, something like that, depending upon your decision. That's wrong, right? So as I mentioned before in the GIS2 classes, we can create some like the scenarios, right? So we can create like this, and then we can change the weight again, and then scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, scenario 4, 5, 6, something like this. Then we can aggregate them, and then we can identify like the block that selected in the scenario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like this. It's the frequency, right? So this is like the easy to use, but the problem is we cannot just assign the weight depending upon what you like or what I like, right? So I'm not going to use this one, this moment, right? So I go here, map algebra, and the raster calculator, okay? Then if I open the raster calculator, so as you can see here, low 17 reclassified multiply weight plus high 17 reclassify multiply weight. This is like the simple formula. The problem is how we can create the weight, how we can decide weight. Okay, that is the most important issue when you create the weight, right? So this is just, I wrote like this because I tried to show you the formula of this, like the calculations in the raster calculator. So here, this is website that can help you create the weight, right? So it says like you can read these things. This is based on like the all studio, all programs. So I know you don't know R, you don't know how to do it, but this is kind of like the user-friendly version. So it says like you don't need to go download the code because it is going to gives you like the R code. So you are going to go send all server, and then there are two options. If you go to correlation matrix, you can select this one. Or if you want to use raw data, you can select this one. But I don't really recommend using raw data because like it create the error very often. So I'm going to select the correlation matrix, right? Then I'm going to, I already did like the correlation matrix here. So here, this is my correlation matrix, and then I'm going to put my emails in here, and then this part is the most important. So okay, so when you create the weight, so you are going to create the weight of the young, low, high jobs and white and high education, right? But you need to have the criterion, the variable. So you can create based on against like the maybe total population, which means like you need to have an indicator that represent your data set, right? So some people, not some people, many people do like the factor analysis. The factor analysis is kind of the data deduction techniques. So then you can you can create the factor of like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 indicator, right? Or if like the, for example, in your data set, this total 17, this is like the total jobs of each blocks. If this total represents your like the data, then that's gonna be a criterion indicator of yours here, right? So we need to have like the criterion indicator, so then we can create the weight. So when you create the weight of these things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 indicator, you need something. That means that based on total 17, we are going to create the weight, right? So you need this criterion variable in order to create the weight. Okay, so if you using like the young 17, something like this, then you are creating weight based on this indicator. Of course, it's going to create the weight here. This system will create the weight, but this weight is created by this indicator, which means it's wrong, right? So I put it back here and I use this. Then we are going to do this, but before I click the submit, I'm going to show you how to create the correlation matrix. Okay, so let me open my Excel spreadsheet, which is data 4. So here we go. This is our data, same as like the ArcMap. So here, this is our data here, right? So I'm going to go here, data, and go to data analysis. And here, correlations. If you click OK, then you are going to select variable from total 17 and shift control right arrow and down arrow, right? I selected from total 17 to higher education 17 and click OK. So I select them. Then you need to put this thing always. Okay? So then you include your variables names. Okay? Then I'm going to click OK. Then it create this, the correlation matrix. Okay? This is correlation matrix. Everyone knows what correlation matrix is, right? I'm not going to explain that one. Okay? So this is correlation matrix that you are going to put this thing in here. Okay? In here. So you just copy this thing and paste on your Excel spreadsheet, separated Excel spreadsheet, and then save it as a like the CSV file, and then type like the correlations. Okay? So now I put that my correlation CSV file here that I made. Okay, so my email addresses, and I select again the correlation. Let's do like the final. Click OK, something like this. Then if you click this, submit, then it says like it will send you the result to your like the email address, like here. And I click OK, and then you need to, it says data submitted. Okay, so then on your file, on your email, you will have like those kind of like the result. Okay, but unfortunately now it says is error, right? And I don't know, like this one sometimes it's working but sometimes it's not working. So I try to verify this thing through my Owl Studio. Then this is I did like the relatively important explanatory variable things. This is like the one kind of the Owl Studio packages. I know like I just tried to test whether or not that website says like there was error, but I just did by myself through the Owl programs. So like if you don't know how to do Owl, you can just go to the YouTube, and then there are really good like the tutorial about how to set up the Owl, how to set up Owl Studio, and how to do that. So I know like when you see this, it's gonna be really complicated, and then don't worry, do not panic. Okay, so I believe like this website may be working later, maybe not. Okay, so this is I mean, it's very easy to do that, but sometimes it's working. I did it before and then it was working, and then I used that weight on my like the research, but this time I don't know why it does not work. It keeps showing me the error. It's supposed to gives me those kind of like the weight. Okay, so the first of all, like you need to import your data set, and then you need to run the regression. Then you need to use like the reclassification, like the packages. This is package names, and then there's like some code. Then I calculate them. I just ran it. Then it gave me like this weight, and this weight is here. This is weight. This is based on like the R square. Okay, it split by the R square. Okay, so like the 12%, 12%, 0.05%, 0.07%, and 15%, and 0.5%. And it's because it's not 100%, because like based on this number. Okay, it chopping this like the number and then distribute like the relatively important indicator. Okay, so maybe you heard about the regression. This is like the R square. Okay, this is R square, and then this weight is created based on this R square. That's why it does not make the 100%. This regression model has like the 58% reliable. Okay, so if like the higher like the regression model, maybe like the 90%, 80%, something like this. So you can see like the R square, the 80%, then could be, if it is the 80-90%, this number will be larger than this, right? So here we are using this number. We're using this number on here, this weight. Okay, this weight. So let me copy these things and Control C. So here, this is our the weight here. So I'm going to data, and I'm going to split them, and next okay, let's go here, fix the width, next, and then we can split this. finish. Then here I'm going to go home and make like this. Then now I'm going to have here the low was 0.12 and the high was 0.06. High was 0.06 and jobs was 0.08 and young was 0.12 and white was 0.15 0.15 and higher education was 0.05. Then I'm going to save this into the result and gentrified like this. Save it, click OK. Then I'm going to write add to display and run. So when we use like the weighted overlay, if you cannot make 100%, the model does not work, right? So here I'm going to right click, go to property and symbologies, and then I'm going to do classifying this, and we did like the 3 and quantile 3, click OK, and then I'm going to make the red something like this and click OK. Then now we can see like the dark red is gentrified, somewhat maybe progressing, but this is not gentrified, right? It's obvious here, all the airport and the port and highway and all those kind of area. You know, this is like how we can do like the weighted suitability analysis with like the map algebra. So you can see here. So these area like the, let me see, do we have any SPA name? No, we don't have any SPA name, neighborhood name. So if you put the neighborhood name here, you can easily see which area has been gentrified or gentrifying and which area is not gentrified and was ongoing, right? So this is how we can do like the weighted suitability analysis. So here, so remember, this website could work or could not work, okay? So if it does not work, and maybe we can do like the making some scenario stuff, right? Based on like this like overlay, weighted overlay function here. You can add like the all your indicator and then create like the scenario maps. If we put the more weight on the low income and high income, then you can create the first map and second map, third map, fifth map, something like this. Then you can count like you can see the frequency. If you overlay the 5 layers, then you can see the frequency. Okay, so this block like the indicate by scenario 1 5 1 3 4 3 times, and this block 5 times, this block 2 times, something like this. Okay, but but this one you need to create 100%. I mean, make the need to 100%, same as 1. Okay, weight. So yeah, this is like the weighted suitability analysis with creating weight. I mean, it could be really good to show you like the result. And I don't know why it does not work. It was working here. So yeah, look at here. This is, I did it before. Like here, if you look at when I did that, it's working like here, and then it create a weight like this in the bottom. So I'm using this weights. So we can say these are the relatively important weights. So young, like the 40%, and high income 15%, like the jobs 9%, like the white 25%, higher education 3%, something like this. So you can multiply this thing with your reclassified items. I mean, and this values, right? So yeah, this is like the, you try this website. Okay, try to use this website. It does not work, then I will give you another instruction for your assignment. Okay, so maybe instruction will be two different instruction. If it works, using this, and then using those kind of the variable. So actually, I create these variables through my Al Studio, as you can see here. I just created like this. So I know like you don't like to do all software again and the learn again. So that's why I was looking for like the how to create the weight easily. Then I found these things. Then it was working, but now it's not working. Maybe depending upon maybe data problem, maybe their servers problem. Okay, so I will give you two different instructions. One is based on this website, creating weight, and then using that weight when you do like the rest of calculations, like the using like this weight. Okay, so when you do that, if it works, it will gives you those kind of result on the bottom, so you can use this weight, the last one. Okay, then you can put this weight into here, this weight. Okay, but if it does not work, I will give you like the different instruction, which is like the scenario stuff. Okay, so good luck.